Love, 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 love hearing from y'all. This recipe comes from a fan out of, let me see where she is from in Indianapolis, somewhere up in there. So her name is Myrna Nicenbaum. And Myrna, you were so nice to show me how to pronounce your name, because it's N-I-S-E-N, and she said Nicenbaum. So thank you so much. And this strawberry pie recipe that she sent to me, she said it's so good during the hot summer months and when strawberries are coming in so good. And she said that her mother cut this recipe out of the Indianapolis Times, or either the Indianapolis Star. Myrna said she's not quite sure which one, but she said, I have the original cutout recipe from the paper, and they made it every Mother's Day and every Father's Day. And she said, I still make it, and I'm 67 years old now. Well, baby, you're a young chick. You are a young chick, Myrna. And it sounds just delicious. And she says, she goes on to say, this is so good and refreshing in the summer, but good all year round too. And she said, I love you and your cooking shows, Paula. I missed you on that other channel, but was so happy to find you on YouTube at the start of the pandemic last year. She said, I can't wait to watch you every day. You make me so happy and helped with the isolation of the past year. You're sunshine personified, and I would love to meet you one day. I love down-home cooking, no frills. Thank you for brightening my day and bringing me joy and great recipes. That is so sweet, Myrna. Thank you for sharing those kind words with me. And y'all mean a lot to me too. Y'all all meant a lot to me when the pandemic started. So it goes both ways, Myrna. And this pie just sounds incredible. And you start off with one pre-baked pie crust. Now we are just using a frozen pie crust because, you know, we want this to be easy, don't we? So we're going that route. And Myrna says to use 1.5 to 2 quarts of fresh strawberries that have been defloured, washed and defloured. So in the pot they go, and I want to make sure I follow her instructions perfectly. She said cook strawberries, sugar, cornstarch, and water on the stove, stirring constantly until the mixture thickens and turns clear, because it's going to be cloudy when you first get going. All right, so I am going to mix our cornstarch with our flour. That makes me feel a little bit better because I don't want it lumping. Teresa, she really tests my skills. She gives me some big bowls to work with.
Gotta keep you on your toes.
I'm telling you what, well, I'm on my toes right now. So anyway, I would recommend mixing your sugar and your cornstarch together. We'll just pour that over our strawberries. And we are gonna add 1/4 cup of water. So the original recipe called for 3/4 cup of sugar, but Myrna says over the years they bumped it up to a full cup. So that's what I'm doing too. So it's a 9-inch pie crust, 1.5 to 2 quarts of fresh strawberries, rinsed and defloured, 1/4 cup of cornstarch, and 1/4 cup of water. So we're just gonna cook these until they run clear, stirring them the whole time. And we've got one more step to do with our pie crust, which really sounds so good, Myrna. This is where the difference is on any other strawberry pies I've seen. And we are gonna coat 4 ounces of cream cheese. Myrna suggests soften it a little bit with a couple of drops of milk. So that's what I did, and I put it in the microwave for like 6 seconds. So we're just gonna spread this on the bottom and up the sides of our pie crust. And you'll wanna let your pie crust be cold. You don't wanna spread your cream cheese on a hot crust because it would melt it. This is gonna be delicious. You know who used to make good strawberry pies? I don't know if y'all remember this back in the late 60s, early 70s. Show Me's Big Boy. Do y'all remember that?
Loved it.
I know it. They made a chocolate fudge cake and a mile-high strawberry pie.
And they had the best breakfast buffet.
Oh, they did.
Oh my
They had a
gosh.
breakfast buffet back then. We never went in. We just always, went and got us.
I don't think I ever ate at a Shoney's.
Are you kidding, Eddie?
Are they still around?
Are Shoney's still around, Teresa?
You know, I don't know. Let me look that one up.
But he was a chubby little boy, and he had
Checker.
yeah, and he had a dip. His hair made a dip, like an ice cream cone. Okay.
There are still some Shoney's, but we do not have one.
Oh, wow.
Big Boy was his name.
Big boy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was a big boy. Okay. Myrna, I might use a little bit more cream cheese. Because, I don't like to skimp on any of my condiments. But that did nicely. All right, so we're going to step over here to the stove. We are going to cook.
I'm going to put that in the refrigerator because it needs to.
Oh, okay.
Because that's going to need to chill once you cook it.
Okay, well, you put that in the refrigerator, and I'm going to start cooking these strawberries.
Perfect.
Okay, y'all. When Myrna says to cook it till it becomes clear, it's not going to be like glass clear. But it has a murky look until your cornstarch and your sugar melt. So this is what it's going to look like. And it took maybe, gosh, it probably took 10 minutes. And 5 of that was, getting the strawberries hot.
It smells so good.
Doesn't it smell delicious? So I'm going to put these in the refrigerator and let them cool. And then we're going to pour them over our cream cheese lined pie crust. And then we're going to whip up some heavy cream and sweeten it to go on top of this beautiful pie. Thank you, Myrna. All right, it's time for us to put our strawberry pie together. Oh, and I tasted this, and it is yummy, y'all. Perfectly yummy. Oops. Look at that. Now, Teresa's measuring us out a cup of heavy cream, and we're going to sweeten that with 1/4 of a cup. Oh my gracious. This tastes so good, y'all. So good. So good. Myrna. My only question, Myrna, is, did I cook it long enough? I hope I did. I hope I cooked it long enough. All right. So now we're gonna sweeten our whipped cream. And Teresa put us a metal bowl in the freezer so it's nice and cold. Okay. Here we go with our three-legged beater. Now, this is just a personal preference. I just use 1/4 of a cup of white sugar for each cup of whipping cream. So it really depends on how sweet you like it. Okie dokie. There we go. Myrna. Look at your pie, girl. Like I said, Myrna, I just hope that I cooked the strawberries long enough to get thick enough so it'll slice. Now let's see, do I want to spread that to the edge, or do I want to do it like this so I can see those beautiful strawberries? I think I'll do it just like that. So you don't have to guess at what kind of pie this is. There you go. Looks beautiful. You almost have to do this part with your finger to get the pretty little swirls that you want. That sounds like a good excuse to me. So Myrna, thank you so much. This is actually going to be our dessert for supper. I know it's delicious because the insides are incredible. And after putting that on our cream cheese that we lined our pie shell with, oh, thank you, girl. I appreciate you sharing so much. So love and best dishes, y'all. Have you some strawberry pie. Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.